Hello, I'm Tony from Bonner's Music and I'm here today to show you how to set up the Roland BK7m with a Hammond SKX. This is Hammond's latest 2-manual organ drawbar keyboard. Now, if you're not sure what a BK7m is this little box here you'll see flashing in front of me. And what it is a box which you can add to any MIDI instrument, but I'm using it here with the Hammond SKX because I think the two work together really well. And what this gives you is lots and lots of backing rhythms to play along with. And it's not just drums, it's actually full accompaniment like you would get with an arranger keyboard. And also it gives you a whole load of sounds as well that you can actually use on your keyboard. Now, I'm actually just going to set it up to use the rhythms and not the sounds as it happens, because the Hammond has really great sounds in it. Obviously, it's got great organ sounds, but it has really good pianos, electric pianos, orchestral sounds all built into this. So I'm just going to be using the Roland for the rhythms. Just to give you an example, this is only coming through the little microphone I've got attached to my neck here, so the sound quality isn't going to be great for you at home, but just to show you what this does, it's this kind of thing. So all the drums and everything you hear, that's all coming from the BK7m. So let's see how we should set up the BK7m. I'm going to show you the cable connections first of all. So here we go. So here we are looking at the back of the Hammond SKX. Now the first thing we need to do is actually remove these two plugs here. Now these are the two that go to your speaker system. So we're going to take those out and we're going to plug them into the BK7m. So I'll move the camera around. Here's the back of the BK7m. And we are now going to take the BK7m and plug into the outputs just there. So not the first two, not those first two, but the second two there. So now your speakers should be connected to the output of the BK7m. So we're going to come back to the Hammond again, which is here. And the two sockets that we removed the speaker cables from, we're now going to plug in the two jack cables that Bonner's would have supplied with your BK7m. And then these two, which is the other end, we are going to plug into the input on the BK7. So the input is these two sockets here on the very end, next to the ones that you've just plugged in. So I'll just plug those in there like that. So we're going out of the organ and in to the BK7. Okay, so there's one more cable connection you need, and this is your MIDI cable, which is this cable here. Got little 5-pin DIN plugs on the end of it. Now the first end of it you want to plug into the MIDI output of the Hammond, which is this socket here. And the other end is going to go to the MIDI input on the BK7m. There we go. That's it. And that's all the cable connections to connect your BK7m to your Hammond SKX. So now we've connected the cables, it's time to switch on. So first of all, let's switch on the Hammond, and the BK7m we switch on at the back just here, and you'll see all the lights come on. Here we go. Now it's asking me to set up the MIDI channel, so I press this. That's actually that big dial there. You can actually press that as a switch as well. Now it's asking me what instrument I've got connected to the BK7m. So it's on digital piano. If I just use the wheel, I can take it to digital organ. There we go. Press the wheel to select that. Then it asks you what type of organ. So it's an electronic organ. Here we go, and I press that. So it's now telling me play a note on the upper keyboard, play a note on the lower keyboard, and play a note on the pedal section which I'll press the keyboard because I don't have pedals on this organ, and you press this button. Now that little process you only have to do once. Next time you switch the BK7m on, you don't need to do that, so just press the exit button to skip past that process. Now we've done it, it will remember those settings. So what we've done is we've got the lower channel will now, or the lower keyboard will now control the BK7m. So let's turn the volume up on the Hammond. Just make sure you can hear your Hammond. I've actually just got the very first sound selected, which is vintage B3. That gives you that organ sound. Now on the bottom keyboard, what I want you to do is take all your drawbars and just push them all back so you get no sound at all to start off with. Then just bring out the 8-foot and 4-foot drawbars. So you just get that nice little thin organ sound in the background. That's it, and now we're ready to play. So let's choose a rhythm. So I'm going to choose bossa, and let's have, I don't know, let's have club bossa. So you press bossa nova, and then you can choose the different rhythm you want using the dial. Press it to select the one you want. So I'll have club bossa. Then start starts the rhythm off, or sync start waits for you to play a chord on your left hand, and then it starts. So, and then you're ready to play. So to change rhythm on the BK7m, all you have to do is choose a category you want, dial the wheel. So let's have a swing rhythm. What have we got here? Let's have swing fast, number 19. So I've chosen that. The line is underneath, but it doesn't become active until you press the button. And there you go. There you go. Now, at the moment, it stops when I take my fingers off the keys. I don't want that. You actually want this sync start light to be red. So make sure that you press that a couple of times so it goes red, and then the rhythm will continue when you're not, when you take your fingers off the keyboard. So I'll turn that off for a second. What you may be experiencing on your BK7 is that you're hearing some sounds on your top keyboard. I've got that brass sound there. Now, if I turn the volume down on the SKX, I've got this sort of saxophone brassy sound that's actually coming from the BK7. Now I don't want that, so I'm going to turn off lower, upper 2 and upper 1, lower, UP2 and UP1. Just turn those lights off. Then you get no sound from the BK7m, but you do get the sound from the organ. What I could do is turn off the organ sound switch on my piano on the SKX. So that was just a very, very quick setup guide on how to set your BK7m up with your Hammond SKX. I hope this has been useful for you.